Alright, so this will be a Tekken 6 discussion video. I haven't made one of these in a very long time. I've only made one. Basically, the last one I made, I actually was maining with Armor King, so that has been such a long time ago. It's been over a year since I've had Armor King as my main character. Basically, I got him to Berserker once, and then I got him demoted, and I decided to try someone new because I've had, I think, 1,500 games of Armor King at that point. This is back when I had no idea how to play the game at all. Well, I knew how to combo, but that's about it. And eventually, so I picked up Fang Wei. This was about the time when I started learning about the frame system and punishing and all that stuff, wall carries. When I started and basically as soon as I picked up Fang, I knew this is the character I should have been using all along. I used Fang a little bit in Tekken 5, and then I decided to continue with them as soon as I started, pretty much beating everyone who I ran into. Started off well. I learned Fang's moves were simple enough. Basically, I just got better and better. Eventually, I got to Overlord. Got demoted all the way down to Vanquisher, not even Destroyer, because in my resignation from ranked video I was Destroyer, but then I got demoted even again to Vanquisher, which was not good. I did not like that at all. But basically, I got myself promoted back pretty easily back to Destroyer. Didn't have much of a problem getting to Conqueror, and then at Conqueror I got a little stuck, but then I bounced all the way back from demotion all the way to promotion to Savior. And then as a Savior, I also lost 3 times to the same Savior. It was ridiculous. And then I bounced back, and the last time I checked, which was, probably like 3 weeks ago, I am in the middle of the Savior leaderboards again. So that is a plus. Um, I never really got to Overlord. Never got back to Overlord. I never got anywhere past there. But that's just me. I know Fang pretty well. I would say I'm a pretty good player with him, but I don't think I'm the very top. I mean, Disturb, still some Fangs who are on top of me, but for the most part, a lot of Fangs that I've played really don't know how to use Fang that well. They're okay. I mean, they can combo, they can do some traps, but their movement and just the whole way they play Fang is just not very. This is doesn't it's not very effective, and Fang has so much more to offer. For example, some people don't use the back turn stances at all like at all ever. I mean, I don't use them. I use them a lot actually. Started using them a little less, towards uh, the last time I played, because obviously you can't block when you're turned around. However, with Fang, if you're pressuring someone against the wall, you can end the combo with forward 1+2, and that will get Fang into a back turn stance, and from there, it's pretty obvious for setups. You can do the back turn 1+2. You can do the down 3 and or of course you can just cancel out of it and just if you don't want to follow up, or of course you can also do his grab, his back turn grab, this 50 damage, pretty effective grab. But anyway, so yeah, that's been my Tekken history pretty much. I picked up Jin. Jin is a brawler. My Armor King is a berserker again. Currently on my Antares Validus account, and Jin's a brawler. Yeah, okay. And then Kazuya is a first Dan. I never got too great at Kazuya. I can combo with him kind of. I drop him sometimes. The combos aren't very good, but I can still more or less combo with Kazuya. And I can do the EWGF fairly consistent. I can get about around 70 to 80% of the time. But when I first started, I could if I got it once, I was extremely happy. But now I can kind of just knock them out in rapid succession without too much trouble. I also picked up Heihachi. Never really got good with him. Never really gave him. I never spent too much time working with him, much I should have. Now I don't have the discs. Now I can't find my Tekken 6 disc. Can't really practice. And also Lars. I took up Lars. Lars is a very fun character to use, and I am definitely going to use Lars more in Tekken Tag 2. The teams I'm going to use are Fang and Armor King for my main team, since they're my best, strongest characters. And I'm going to probably use Jin and Kazuya for my secondary team, and Lars and Heihachi for my tertiary team. I mean, just for fun, because I'm not very good with them. But Lars, for me, is a very fun character to play with. Very fast movements. He's not very good at close range combat, but from a long range distance, he's incredibly effective. His dynamic entry attacks are very good. His combo damage is it's a lot better than Fang's, and his whole playing style I like a lot. It's almost as much as like Jin's. I wish I was better with Jin than I was with Armor King, but I like playing Jin more. But I'm better with Armor King, so I'm gonna stick with him as for my main team. And basically, let's talk about the leaderboards. The leaderboards are, as many people know, all the Tekken gods are fake. We're up to 15, boosters slash rage quitters slash just whatever you want to call it. All of them just quit, cheated one way or another to get to the top, and I mean, there are a lot of legitimate Tekken Emperors, actually. Like, for example, I'm surprised no one has got the Tekken God legitimately yet, despite the fact there are so many Tekken Emperors, and a lot of them are quite strong players. Duel 9 Kazama is a Tekken Emperor. Muay Thai Beast recently got promoted to Tekken Emperor. Then we have this Brian Spiesnat Rulitz, who is a Tekken Emperor. But then we have this Jack 6, I think Berserk, like 305, or I can't remember like the numbers afterwards, but this Berserk Jack 6 is pretty horrible. I've seen his replays, and against the Lissa's little noob, flying tactic, he doesn't even sidestep it. He just kind of stands there like, I'm thinking to myself, I avoided that when I was, even when I was bad at Tekken. So this guy, all he does is kind of spam grab stuff. You know how to break grabs, this guy really can't do anything against you. So that guy's going to get demoted for sure. He obviously boosted because he's a pretty horrible Jack 6 player. And then we have, who else is with Tekken Emperor, who's really, really good? Duel 9, Muay Thai Beast, Speeds. All Tekken Emperors that come to mind right now. I haven't checked the leaderboards in a while, but those were some of the top. Okay, yeah, and of course, Leok with his Julia. I actually played the Tekken Emperor Julia, the Armor King, and managed to get one round in. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I did. He's just a very, very good player. There's no way Armor King could have beaten him. I'm just no way. The difference in skill between his Julia and Armor King are way too great. But anyways, so those are the Tekken Emperors. A couple good Tekken Lords. We have Divine Jin Kazama, who is very, very strong Jin player. Then we have Vril, 1116, who has been caught boosting, which is a little upsetting because I had a lot of respect for him because I know he's a very good Jin player. He, in my opinion, was the best Jin player online after A9K. Divine Jin Kazama, I would say, would be third. He's good, but compared to the other two, I just think the other two are a little better. Even though Divine, of course, is incredibly skilled with Jin. And of course we have some Kazuyas. We have Shrimbo, who's I think an Asura with Kazuya. I haven't seen Kazuya Croatia play in a long time, but he's also an exceptionally good Kazuya player. And Gates of Hell, who I think is the best Kazuya in the net. That guy really knows how to play Kazuya. It's just everything just kind of flows naturally. It's like second nature. EWGF, all Kazuya setups and combos. When you see him play, he knows Kazuya extremely well. An extremely good player. So he's very, very tough. And as far as for the Dragon Lords and the rest of those guys, slightly below, I didn't really see too many. Well, of course, there are obviously strong players, but, a lot of them also, boost. And hopefully someone will get the Tekken God legitimately before Tekken 6, life runs out. As soon as Tekken Tag 2 comes out, the amount of people on Tekken 6 is going to just, plummet. There's going to be so few people online that online play will just kind of come to a complete stop. And then Tekken 6 will get boring because, why would you really play except for the online play? I mean, scenario campaign, once you beat it, something much else to do because arcade, it's boring. So yeah, Tekken 6, hopefully someone becomes Tekken God before that happens. A lot of Tekken Emperors, but no one Tekken God yet. And so yeah, it's pretty much it. Tekken 6, it's lived a pretty good life. Yet to produce one legitimate Tekken God, which is surprising, somewhat. And then of course we have my success. Got to Overlord with Fang. I don't think I ever got too close to stage. I remember I did beat one champion after getting promoted, and I think 2 saviors. I never got really super close, but I got relatively close to stage. And then of course obviously I dropped down and fought back up, and now I can't find the disc. I think that if I start playing again, I will be just getting demoted like crazy because I haven't played such a long time. However, when I was, bouncing back up to savior, I felt like I could, get the stage. Like I was really on fire, just doing a lot of stuff, and just, I had like one day where I went like, 22-1, losing to Yaksa or something. So I had a really good day, and but yeah, so Tekken 6 was incredibly fun. Tekken Tag 2 definitely recommended game for all Tekken goers, and that's pretty much it for this video. See you guys in the next one.